Here we have a new 2024 Chevy Tahoe. Now this one is a 4-wheel drive model that comes in the LS trim level, 9-passenger configuration. The paint's dark ash metallic, and then we get that jet black cloth interior. And then for our powertrain, we get the standard 5.3 liter V8, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. So as we come around to the front end here, LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights. We have the front parking sensors integrated in that front bumper there. And I like how this one is spec'd out, because even though it's an LS, we have these option wheels that look good. Still have the LED headlamps. So 20-inch aluminum there. And I just love the color as well. Passive keyless entry on all 4 doors, power windows, door locks, and then power mirror controls. Pretty good storage in the door panel there. Then over here we have our 4-wheel drive controls, electronic parking brake, parking sensors, auto stop, etc., headlamp controls, trailer brake controller. And there's the hood release, manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And there's our power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support, which is pretty impressive on this LS. And the way this one's spec'd out, we get 8,200 pounds max conventional trailer weight capacity, so pretty impressive. With that being said, front seats adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so we're gonna make sure the seat's all the way back, and we're gonna test out the space behind myself if I were sitting in the second row. So pretty good space here. Clothes hanger there. Seat back pockets are on both sides. And with no sunroof, my headroom is very, very, very nice. So several inches above me there. Now I like this setup here because even though we have the third row or the third seat in the middle that we can convert, we still have 3-prong household plug-in and then 2 USB-C charge ports along with our automatic rear climate control. Center seats here, bottle holders are there, and then we can hold a phone or something there if we so choose. And then there's the third row there, and we still have the bottle holder and the USB-C charge port on each side back there. So I like how that is. But now let's go ahead and make our way towards the back. Fuel fillers there. And a nice look at the back end. I love the blacked out bow ties. Trailering hitches behind there. Spare tire, exhaust. And a big shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for letting me review this Tahoe today. And then we can fold this third seat flat when the front seat's up far enough or the second row's up far enough. You can see probably better from here. And here's just a comparison when the third row's up compared to when the third row's down. Also nice, we get another 3-prong plug-in there. So if you want to charge your laptops or speaker or whatever, you can do that several different places. And if you're interested in a vehicle, a Tahoe like this, or really any new vehicle, make sure you check out a link below in the description for new car quotes, and I can make sure you get hooked up with somebody in your area that has one of these. So I can fold that into the floor, holding that one time, and you can see all the extra space you get. And then if you hit it a second time, you can tumble it forward. And then let's just take a quick look at this window sticker. So you can pause anywhere you need to take a closer look. And then this one, just a few options that are on here. The max trailering package is why you get that 8,200 pound tow capacity, but you also get that 2-speed transfer case. 62,370. And I actually really like this because it's still relatively expensive, but for what you get here, especially being able to tow like that and have this capacity for up to 9 passengers, can't complain there. But let's go ahead and just take a quick look in the engine bay. There's that 5.3 V8 mostly covered up there. And now we're gonna go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So I like the leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. And I guess I didn't close the trunk all the way. I'll get that in a minute. But over here to the screen, 8-inch display, AM, FM, XM radio, Bluetooth audio, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility. And then settings are in here. Language can be changed there, phones, etc. So all of that's in there. And then your vehicle settings, rear seat reminder, and buckle to drive, along with your team driver, are available there. Backup camera, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And down here we have our dual zone automatic climate controls, so we can turn the auto mode on there, adjust fan speed, fan direction, and then you have radio buttons and knobs here as well. USB-C, USB-A charge port, and then a 12-volt right in there. Hazards here. And then you do have the option to use your front or rear climate controls from the screen too, which is nice. Now for the shifter, push button, so P, pull up for reverse, press in for neutral, pull up for drive, press down for that low gear, and you can manually shift right in there, and it'll show you where you are in that bottom right-hand corner of the digital gauge cluster. Now, for your middle seat up front here, center console cubby space, you can pull it up. Of course, I didn't close it all the way, but you can pull it up, make it a third seat, and then you just pull this strap here to make it a center console again. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. OnStars here. Pull this down. You do get a pretty nice vanity mirror for the driver's side. And then you have automatic wipers here, which is nice. Low, high, and then one time. Push there for the fluid. Rear wipers there. High beam toggle. And then behind the steering wheel on the left side, track list or radio station presets. Behind on the right side, volume up or down there. Standard cruise, you can set that. Gap adjust for the forward collision alert. And then you have mute, voice recognition. The scroll bar and these arrows go through your radio. And you can go to the settings and actually adjust your units of measurements from US to metric, or you can show what's on the info page option. Let's say you don't want to have certain things, but you want to have others, you can do that. So I like to always have my fuel economy on. But push button start. Finally, key fob with remote start. And next we're gonna go ahead and take this 2024 Tahoe LS out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Tahoe LS, I like all the standard features that you still get with the base level trim. You still have the forward distance indicator. You still have the automatic high beams. You still have those auto sense wipers. And then you still have the wireless CarPlay Android Auto compatibility. But I like that we get the 9-passenger setup here for holding up to 8 additional passengers along with the driver. Now the 5.3 has enough pep, I think, for most people. The 6.2, especially with the performance package, if you get an RST Performance Edition, that thing scoots. But the 5.3, again, still has plenty of power for most individuals. If you're not used to it, or you don't just want to have the quickest vehicle you can buy in a Tahoe, you're not gonna miss it. Let's go ahead and give it some throttle here. So it didn't floor it. This only has 4 miles on it. Just wanted to give it a little pull. Again, for just average merging onto the highway, did a pretty good job there. We have the standard cruise here. But on the smaller 20s, I was driving a couple Suburbans with 22s, just trying to compare everything, at least in the large SUV segment from GM today. This does ride a bit better in terms of just not being able to feel it in the floor and in my hands as much, but the overall comfort and quality is about the same. So very impressed, again, overall, just by how this thing is handling right now. And it's nice that you get up to 20 miles per gallon highway with this two-wheel drive model, but then you can still tow up to 8,200 pounds. And just with it being a four-wheel drive model, it's still pretty expensive, I think, for what it is, but you get so much, so I really can't even complain. Now again, $63,000 is a relatively expensive SUV, even in this segment, if you compare it to just a normal Expedition, a Wagoneer, heck, an Armada. But prices are starting to come down just a tad, just because the market is starting to settle out with interest rates rising. Kind of the EVs are starting to plummet. Escalades are still bringing a ton of money. You know, the expensive SUVs that are getting 15 miles per gallon are still bringing a ton of money. But for the average consumer, and I think this is still an average consumer vehicle because it's not the top of the line $90,000 Tahoe, I think you can get a pretty good deal on one of these if you look hard enough. I'll leave a link below in the description if you're looking for just getting the best price in your area, wherever that may be, or if you want to just compare. Definitely check out my new car quotes link below, and you can just kind of see what everybody's offering there without having to go to all these dealerships and haggle. But this has a lifetime powertrain warranty from Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro. And again, I like everything that you get here, although it is expensive. You have to remember you have a full four-wheel drive system, 9-passenger seating, you have 2 3-prong plug-ins for household objects, still have dual zone climate controls, and you still have something that'll tow up to 8,200 pounds. So for a lot of people, that's the stuff that really counts, what really matters. And again, with the market the way it is, you can probably find one a bit cheaper without having to pay the sticker price. But I mean, the cloth seats are very comfortable, I think. The ride quality is still there. This is just a little less luxurious Tahoe compared to the top of the line. But again, not something that you'll miss unless you just want to have leather, heated, cooled seats, adaptive cruise, so on and so forth. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Chevy Tahoe in the LS trim level.